from Minister of Education. However, our teachers are overwhelmed with the responsibilities, and as a voice for teachers, they have asked me to re-echo that Minister of Education, through UNITE, should come up with a program to ensure that these teachers who are already in public schools get some scholarship so that they can acquire other higher qualifications.
And possibly displaced communities often face the most chronic shortage of qualified teachers. The fundamental cause of this global shortage is the diminishing attractiveness of the teaching profession, which undermines the recruitment of new teachers and produces high levels of attrition amongst those in service.
Celebrations of International Teachers' Day revolves around the theme, Teachers We Need, the Education We Want, the global imperative to reverse teachers' shortages. Dr. Sam Lubega, chairperson of the Education Service Commission, suggests that this goal can be achieved if teachers commit to acquiring the necessary knowledge, values and skills.
Teacher we need is one who focuses on children learning new skills, new competencies, knowledge and values. The teachers should model lifelong learning and create new knowledge together with their learners, using the classroom as a laboratory.
The government hopes that the report from the Education Policy Review Commission, which is still undergoing consultations, will contribute to the revitalization of the education system in Uganda. I'm Nafka Farida in Kololo.
The First Lady and Minister of Education and Sports, Mrs. Janet Museveni, has welcomed plans by Restore International, Love Does Uganda, a non-profit organization to establish a university in Amuru district in 2024. The First Lady on Tuesday met with a delegation from the Restore International, Love Does Uganda organization, who paid a courtesy call on her at State House Nakasero to share their vision of establishing a Restore University in the country and to seek for her support.
The delegation led by the founder of Love Does, USA's Honorary Consul to Uganda, Robert Kendall Goff, also included Love Does Chief Executive Officer Jodele Lu, Country Director Lavenda Namiaro, the Program and Finance Coordinator Godfrey Ojok, and Harmony Brooke and Cassie Doreen, who are both businesswomen and donors from Colorado. The meeting was also attended by the Education Ministry Permanent Secretary Katie Lamaro and the Undersecretary Dr. Jen Egao. The First Lady and Minister of Education and Sports welcomed the Love Does team and thanked them for taking time to think of establishing a university in Uganda. She said that the idea of building a university in Amuru district is very exciting and added that the university will be a blessing for the whole country, but especially to the children in the area who will be blessed to access university education nearby. She informed them that though Uganda has many public and private universities, there are still many young people who are looking for support and a way to find the skills they need for their future lives.
So I think that the university you are talking about will be really a very, very good addition to the private universities we have. And you will see, you will find there are so many young people ready and willing to come to attend, but of course the question may be private universities need to have students pay their way for education, and so perhaps you can say something about that for us to know how this university is going to run. If there is any way you need help or support from us, please know we are here and we're very excited about Restore University. Sounds great.
Restore International Love Does, a non-profit organization, has been active in Uganda since 2006 and works in post-conflict zones with a mission to extend love and justice to the communities through education, fighting gender-based violence, and providing emergency food aid. It already runs a Restore Our Leadership School, which comprises of a nursery, primary and secondary school in Amuru district, formerly Gulu district. The Restore Leadership School currently hosts 14,000 students. Robert Goff from San Diego, USA, and founder of Love Does, said that their organization has the dream to start a university and the finances to make it happen. He explained that there is a great deal of enthusiasm from thousands of donors for the work their organization is doing, particularly in Uganda, and the relationship they have enjoyed with the people in the country. Love Does CEO also informed the First Lady that the organization has 2 safe houses in Kampala, where it provides holistic care to vulnerable female children that have suffered violence, sexual abuse, and neglect. The organization also extends its education program to both female and male inmates in Gulu main prison. Lavenda Namialo, the country director Restore International Love Does Uganda, reported that 40 acres of land on which construction of the Restore University have already been purchased and more will be acquired in the near future. She said preparations are still in the early stages and that they have had primarily discussions with the National Council of Higher Education to guide on charter development, program development, and the number of programs that Restore University will open with.
So the aim is to start this university, and it will be the first university in the district. So we have acquired 40 acres, 10 more on the way, and we can start with these 50, and hopefully we shall expand to, get even more land. We're going to start with programs in education, in law, in computer sciences, just to mention a few, business administration. And since it will be the first in Amuru district, it's going to take away the burden that so many families have when they have to send children all the way to Kampala, maybe for a specific course, or even when they have to go all the way to Gulu district to study. So we're very excited about it.
Reporting for UBC, Baguma William.
The National Census Council has approved the revised census implementation plan. This was during a meeting chaired by the Right Honorable Prime Minister Robina Nabanja, where it was agreed that the census night will take place on the 9th and 10th of May 2024. Now, according to the Prime Minister, Cabinet has already approved all the financing requirements to undertake the National Population and Housing Census. She said there is need for the relevant stakeholders to treat the exercise with urgency, since the data collected is necessary for the government to plan and implement policies in the country. We have more on this report.
Following the recent cabinet resolution to postpone the National Population and Housing Census exercise, which was initially scheduled to take place in August this year, the government has committed to undertake the exercise in May next year. The exercise will be carried out on the 9th and 10th of May 2024. According to the Right Honorable Prime Minister Robina Nabanja, Cabinet has already approved all the financing required to undertake the National Population and Housing Census. She said there is need for the relevant stakeholders to treat the exercise with urgency, since the data collected is necessary for the government to plan and implement policies for the country.
As we struggle to deliver the National Population and Housing Census, since our last meeting, we briefed about the new dates for conducting the census. Of course, you know, it is the night. The census night is now set to the 9th, 10th May 2024.
Nabanja called for commitment and publicization of the National Population and Housing Census exercise.
We need to mobilize all government structures for this census to succeed. You're already aware that the Electoral Commission and the National Identification Regulatory Authority, NIRA, will be rolling out roadmaps for elections and the renewal of identity cards. It is therefore crucial that we urgently produce a new census roadmap that will enable these government institutions and other planning authorities to timely use this data.
The Minister of State for Planning, Honorable Amos Lugolobi, revealed that a supplementary budget of 157 billion has been approved by Cabinet for the procurement of equipment which will be used to undertake the exercise.
The period it will take is 10 days. The supplementary budget 157.3 billion to finance and complete editary census activities, including procurement of tablets.
The State Minister for Higher Education, Honorable John Chrysostom Muyingo, said that the Education Ministry will review and adjust the school calendar to ensure that learners participate in the exercise. Dr. Chris Mukiza, the Executive Director of Uganda Bureau of Statistics, is committed to releasing the census report within 7 months after conducting the exercise.
Recruitment of the enumerators, we shall now start the 6th of April, so that we train them very hard with these tablets. So we need the tablets by the time of training. Ready.
The meeting was also attended by the Minister of Public Service, Honorable Wilson Muruli Mukasa, the Minister of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives, Honorable Francis Mwebesa, the Minister of State for Defense, Honorable Jacob Maxons Oboth, and other senior government officials. This story was compiled by Derek Senyonga for UBC News.
The joint security agencies successfully managed to curb the National Unity Platform's mobilized procession that aimed to welcome their party president, Kyagulanyi Robert Ssentamu, upon his arrival from abroad. Police spokesperson Fred Enanga confirmed the effective operation, escorting Kyagulanyi from Entebbe International Airport to his residence in Magere, Wakiso district. Upon arriving in Magere, the NUP president, Kyagulanyi Robert Ssentamu, addressed the media.
Security agencies established checkpoints along Entebbe Road to filter individuals intending to disrupt airport proceedings. These measures were implemented to prevent the planned procession by national platform leaders welcoming Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert from abroad.
This kind of procession has potential of disrupting the flow of traffic, movement of persons, businesses along Entebbe-Gayaza Highway, and can attract acts of criminality whereby bystanders on the roadside, businesses, motorists, passengers can be affected.
Security operations led to the apprehension of some National Unity Platform supporters. Access to the airport was restricted to a selective few to maintain order. Upon Kyagulanyi's arrival at the airport, the police provided security to escort him to his home in Magere, Wakiso district. The police confirmed the success of this operation.
We wish to inform the public that the new President, Honorable Kyagulanyi Robert, was successfully escorted by our security team from Entebbe to his home in Magere. He reached his home around 11:20 a.m. and is with his family and friends. Disregard rumors of his arrest by propagandists. Meanwhile, business activities and movements along Entebbe Road within Kampala and Gayaza are flowing smoothly.
Kyagulanyi addressed the media upon his arrival home.
We don't thank them for that so-called smooth welcome. We did not ask for that, and we demand that they leave my house immediately.
NUP leaders expressed dissatisfaction with the police's prevention of their planned welcoming procession for their leader.
We are very bitter because we had purposely come to collect. It's unfortunate that we are here trying to look for where he is. Unfortunately, we don't know where he has been taken.
So this is unlawful. There is no law that President Kyagulanyi has to be taken away by police from airport. He has a right as a person, one. He has a right as a political leader, two. He has a right as a citizen.
At certain points, NUP supporters clashed with security forces who were preventing any criminal activities. It is important to note that before Kyagulanyi's tour abroad, security had halted his nationwide mobilization campaign, which he had vowed to continue. The party's leadership is yet to announce a roadmap for the second phase of these nationwide mobilization tours.
UBC News Tonight. Now the Ministry of Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities has directed the Office of the Auditor General to conduct a thorough forensic audit of the Uganda Wildlife Authority's operations spanning from July 2020 to September 2023. This action comes in response to allegations of guerrilla permit fraud involving UA staff and tour operators.
According to the Ministry of Tourism, preliminary audit findings suggest that an estimated 500 million Uganda shillings were lost between June and September 2023. Uganda Wildlife Authority has recently faced scrutiny due to alleged corruption and fraud, which is believed to have cost the government billions of shillings.
This fraud has been creeping. The executive director has on several occasions sent teams up country to find out what's happening there. And some of the teams came back and they had no information at all on what was going on in those respective national parks. Fortunately, some good cadres from the same Uganda Wildlife Authority, good cadres, unearthed, tumbled the discrepancy why this fraud had been escaping, fizzling out, isn't it? It is not clear how much has been lost. It is just speculative. However, preliminary audit findings indicate that the figure is above 500 million. The ministry has further requested the Office of the Auditor General to undertake a comprehensive forensic audit covering the period between July 2020 and September 2023.
Sam Mwanda, Executive Director of the Uganda Wildlife Authority, has disclosed that 14 OA staff members implicated in the gorilla ticketing scam have been suspended pending investigation.
We believe we have enough evidence to take them into our internal disciplinary process, internal to Uganda Wildlife Authority, and deal with that aspect first. Meanwhile, police will continue working with us to conclude the investigations for all those implicated. Currently 14, but we've also picked up information that some other staff are involved, and we'll follow them up as well and bring them to book.
Mwanda further notes that the fraud was identified by UA's internal audit staff. Concerning tour operators who may have colluded with Uganda Wildlife Authority staff to defraud the government, stringent penalties, including the registration and prosecution upon conviction, are being considered. Crispus Arinitwe, UBC News.
Legislators from the Committee of Environment and Natural Resources have demanded an explanation from officials at the Ministry of Energy regarding the significant increase in compensation costs for individuals affected by the construction of the Karuma hydropower plant. According to State Minister for Energy, Sindronius Okasai Opolot, the cost escalation is attributed to several factors: an increase in the disturbance allowance from 15% to 30%, the need for additional land for the project, heightened court-awarded sums and revised values in subsequent addenda and supplementary valuation reports.
On September 5th, 2023, residents from Awo and Ayuda villages in Oyama and Kiriandongo districts submitted a petition to the Speaker of Parliament concerning the challenges they face due to the construction of 600-megawatt Karuma hydropower dam. They asserted that their land and property were forcibly acquired for the plant's construction and sought Parliament's intervention.
But according to the bills that the Prime Minister presented to us this financial year, that is not one of them. So this committee has a responsibility to take it up, because that's what we promised them, that if you delay, we are going to take it up.
After the Speaker forwarded this petition to the Committee of Environment and Natural Resources, the committee has initiated an investigation into the matter. According to the Minister, a total of 1,174 claims were filed, with 1,049 successfully compensated. There are currently 125 outstanding claims, 6 unresolved claims in the courts of law, and 119 pending claims for physical resettlement.
They moved to different places, but we have gone ahead to identify where they are. And
as you just imagine the statement the sociologist is making, these people were displaced in a total disregard of Article 26 of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda. And you are just tracing for them. You just imagine the kind of loss in livelihood.
It was not intentional
these people.
Displacement, my chair.
But why are you disregarding the law, the supreme law of the land?
In this petition, community members argue that the Ministry of Energy has failed to fulfill its commitment to construct houses for 119 households. They view this neglect as a direct contradiction to the recognition of the shelter as a basic need in Uganda's constitution and various regional and international charters to which Uganda is a signatory.
I think the issue of delay, I want to appeal to this committee chair and through my minister, is that our sociologists could not have allowed us, and even the community themselves, they could not have allowed us to take them where we could have easily have gotten there. We could have brought them maybe along, because they are very big farms in Nakasongola there. We could probably have gotten 200 acres of land in Nakasongola easily and open. But imagine getting them from Karuma and bringing them to Nakasongola. They are not pastoralists.
During the committee's interaction with ministry officials, they discovered that the compensation costs continue to double. As of now, the Resettlement Action Plan implementation for the power plant site is at an average progress rate of 89.4% and is still ongoing. Shamim Naiga and Gloria Gutabinji, Parliament.
UBC News Tonight takes a very short break, but return with more stories after these messages. Don't move an inch.
Sent to transport to the wrong person. Here's how to reverse it with MTN Mobile Money. Dial *165#. Select My Account. Select Initiate Reversal. You will see your last 3 transactions. Select the transaction you want to reverse. Enter your mobile money PIN and you'll get an SMS confirmation that the transaction has been blocked from being withdrawn. And that's it. Please note, only transactions that haven't been withdrawn can be reversed.
Do you need data collection services, data analysis and reporting, monitoring and evaluation systems? Then contact Mode Technologies, a professional research firm that has provided many organizations with timely research solutions for over 15 years. For more information, visit www.mt.co.ug or call us on 0704 913 399 or 0782 602 963. Visit our office in Kampala at Sayuni Complex in Tinda. Mode Technologies, your professional research firm.
In this family, we can't agree on anything. Martha. We can't even agree on what to watch. All the games to play.
Martha.
Ndowoza Mulabi, we can't even agree on what to eat. At least the one thing for now we can all agree on is the soap to use. He likes that it's big and lasts long. Anti-economy. I like that it keeps my skin smooth. Ate alina echovu. And the children like that. It smells amazing. Everyone is happy. Movit soap comes in 4 fantastic flavors. Movit family soap is truly soap for the whole family.
Movit. All day confidence.
Uncle, you should see London.
Oh, my boy. It has been 5 years. You should see Uganda.
Yes. Uncle Marcus, this is my former school.
Soon, there will be more than 1 million children learning like this for free.
Thank you, Uganda, for imagining it with us and making us the fastest growing telecom in the country over the past 5 years.
Tata and Mama Sarah.
Wanji?
We did all we could. Naye we couldn't save her. I'm sorry. You brought her in very late. Malaria destroyed her organs and reduced her blood levels. She was anemic. You know how dangerous malaria is. I am sorry, but malaria has killed your daughter.
Malaria kills more people in Uganda than any other disease. Protect your loved ones from this enemy. Ensure everyone in your family sleeps under a mosquito net every night, whether it's a cold or hot season, to protect them from malaria. In the event that any of your family members shows malaria signs and symptoms, take them to the nearest health center immediately to prevent complications from malaria that could result into death. Together, we can chase malaria out of Uganda. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health with support from Global Fund.
Tubaniriza mu Jinja Central Market twidi wano okubanga twedusa abantu okuwaayo kumbaga ya mwenemu nga bakozesa momope kati je mu Jinja Central Market sobola okubanga tuwaya n'abatyamye momope neri kwogeza abantu obwama
tamu ndalo otemu mukaga otemu itanga otemu sita onige isatu onige ash onige yes ayi nga tuwayo tikashi nga tuwayo nga tubita ku momope enkola ya MTN miga 70
Pay or shop with MTN Momo and get cash back every week. It's free of charge. Use the Momo app or dial *165 *3#.
Welcome back from that break, and we're glad that you're still with us. Now, in more news this evening, during the officiating of the Uganda International Trade Fair 2023 under a theme driving manufacturing and trade efficiency through digital transformation and innovation at Uma Showground in Lugogo, the Vice President, Right Honorable Jessica Lupo, who represented the President, promised manufacturers access roads, electricity and all support they need to make Uganda an independent country.
At the Uganda International Trade Fair 2023 exhibition at Uma Showgrounds Lugogo, the Vice President Jessica Lupo visited the educational pavilion, which comprised of different stalls. Here, Alupo officially launched the 2023 Uganda International Trade Fair exhibition under the theme Driving Manufacturing and Trade Efficiency through Digital Transformation and Innovation. Alupo was accompanied by the State Minister for Trade David Bahati and State Cabinet Minister for Trade Francis Mwebesa. These also visited stalls for electrical appliances, construction equipment from different companies, including East African Roofing and Mesha Steel Limited.
The President visited our stall is because we are the only women in steel in Uganda. We are standing and working alongside our male competitors, friendly and happy as we are doing business, and that's why we've been recognized with our products.
The best expanded metal, and we have very many products, barbed wire, nails, we have the iron sheets, the BRCs, so we really have a very wide product portfolio and quite a number of products.
We've been able to showcase some of our products, including the tricycles, which are the three-wheelers, and the two-wheelers bikes, and among them we have the Zongshin 250cc.
The chairman of Uganda Manufacturers Association, Kayembe Deo, highlighted the importance of the manufacturing sector.
In the 90s, manufacturing contribution to GDP was 7%. In 2022, our contribution was 15%. We are now aiming at contributing about 23% after COVID.
The trade ministers said the ministry, together with the Uganda Manufacturers Association, are working hard to improve goods and services, create jobs in the sector, and promote Buy Uganda, Build Uganda, and urge all ministries to support the development of this sector.
It has worked with the manufacturers to promote adoption of good practice and commercialization and technology to increase value addition to local raw materials and widen the manufacturing base. There is an increased local capacity to manufacture various products following the implementation of the Buy Uganda, Build Uganda policy that has facilitated increase in the market share and benefit from the government and procurement.
Besides offering awards to the best performing exhibitors, the Vice President Alupo delivered the President's speech.
I come to you with these warm regards and encouragement to all of you, the manufacturers and the exhibitors. I am beginning to see more collaboration between UMA and Ministry of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives, and even other ministries. I think this strong bond will lift the manufacturers to new heights. In the quest of the NRM leadership to uplift grassroots supply chains, especially within manufacturing and agro-processing, we unveiled the parish development model.
Alupo committed the government's plan to provide access to roads and electricity to manufacturers in order to spur economic development.
Also welcome foreign exhibitors to Uganda and encourage you to explore and choose Uganda as an investment destination because the pastures are green and fruitful. My objective is to ensure that growth isn't limited to urban centers or large-scale industries. By promoting these connections, we anticipate to upliftment of household incomes, a significant reduction in poverty rates, and the creation of numerous employment opportunities.
Crispus Arinitwe, Jamil Sekaja, UBC News.
President Yoweri Museveni has received a special message from his Kenyan counterpart, President William Ruto. The message was delivered this evening by the special envoy of President William Ruto, who is also the Prime Cabinet Secretary of Kenya, Honorable Musalia Mudavadi. President Museveni and his guest also discussed the strengthening of the East African Community Cooperation. Honorable Mudavadi has made similar visits to East African countries and was early this week in Bujumbura, where he met the President of Burundi, Evariste Ndayishimiye. Present were the First Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for East African Community Affairs, Honorable Rebecca Kadaga, the State Minister for Foreign Affairs, Henry Okello Oriem, and other senior government officials. The Minister of Lands, Housing and Urban Development, Judith Nabakoba, has proposed for the creation of a land bank in the country that will ease the land use. Nabakoba made the remarks during the second Uganda Housing Symposium under the theme Affordable Housing in Urban Informal Settlement, and a driver for economic growth aimed at addressing the ultimate need of proper housing in the country.
Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Habitat for Humanity Uganda, in partnership with the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Urban Development, held the second housing symposium aimed at addressing the ultimate need for organized housing in the country. Judith Nabakoba, the Minister of Lands, Housing and Urban Development, while addressing dignitaries from the housing sector, identified a number of issues that need immediate attention, like creation of a land bank, real estate bill that will regulate real estates, and also reviewing of property tax rate aimed at encouraging construction, among others.
Land bank also enables us to earmark land reserves, like land that can be used for future development or for future purposes. So that's why we are looking at that, and I believe it is very key in as far as development is concerned for our country.
As Habitat for Humanity, in this Home Equals campaign, we are piloting an integrated basic services project. It's going to provide access to water, sanitation, and hygiene to the informal settlement of Kamboja. And we would like to interest other partners. Come and work with us. Because when we get together, we can impact more, we can serve more, we can change lives together.
The symposium brought together public and private sector housing partners to share knowledge on innovation and lessons around affordable and decent housing across the region. Some of the stakeholders in the housing had this to say.
If possible, why can't the government subsidize on the cost of construction materials so that people can be in position to afford these construction materials? And that is why we have brought the element of cost sharing.
The housing fund is critical. Housing fund, we have a road fund. We collect over every litre of diesel and petrol, and there's quite a substantial amount of money that has become available. Now this housing fund can easily be achieved through an approval process. Whoever takes a plan for approval, there is 1,000 shillings, and amazingly you can see 100 billion collected in a year, and it can kickstart a better living and better settlement.
The parliamentary report on houses put up by NSSF, each of them 3 billion. Now, 3 billion can give us so many other houses put up by National Housing and Construction Corporation. One house can construct another 30 houses. Now, sit down and realistically try to see what we can do in order to address the plight of the housing sector in the country.
In Kenya, like Uganda, we have a deficit of almost 2 million houses. And as a government of Kenya, what they have actually strived to do is to ensure that every year they are actually driving that gap by actually producing 250,000 houses. And as we speak right now, His Excellency the President has actually did a groundbreaking for over 77,000 houses in Kenya.
Uganda currently faces a growing housing deficit of 2.4 million housing units, and it's estimated that around 900,000 housing units in the country are substandard and in their need of replacement and upgrading. Zahara Abigaba, UBC News.
In the heart of rural Uganda, where a majority of the population resides, the journey to traditional banks possesses significant hurdles and potential risks associated with carrying funds. Fortunately, there is a positive shift in Namwendwa sub-county, Kamali district, where PDM beneficiaries have undergone training on accessing funds without the need to travel to distant banks. We have more.
Giovanni Watindi, head of retail banking at Opportunity Bank, highlights the evolving landscape of banking in the country.
Customer can access the funds from anywhere at any time. Even when we're in the gardens, they're in their bed, it's supper time. As long as they have the phone and the phone is charged, just press *231# and access the money. You can pay bills, you can pay school fees using our *231#. So that can support our customers to save on transport.
The joy among members who have already received PDM funds on their phones is palpable. They emphasize the newfound convenience, eliminating the need for physical visiting banks.
Mfuni akakaira ke sente kwisimu deposit batukoba kutola ku mitwala 5 kainenkera gatola ku 5 message njifunye ye millionaire ndijatola ku buti deposit wa mitwala 5
ombola aba banka Opportunity Bank abaida batusomesa omusomo ogwo ku withdrawing esente enkani okutola esente mu banka ngo transferring iza kwisimu yo
kaira ko ndija akakozesa era nkafunemu kuba batukoba tuli bafake.
John Mukupe, branch manager of Opportunity Bank in Jinja, underscores the digital transition, emphasizing the surge in PDM beneficiaries they are handling. He urges members to embrace the digital system for accessing their funds, emphasizing its role in averting congestion within bank premises.
We've really handled at least 75% of giving out the money, and almost we are yet to be done to give everyone. That's why we are in Namwendwa to finalize with the process of giving these people money by using their phone, something that they never dreamt about, and most of them have been happy. The way you've been seeing them celebrating, hugging friends and everyone.
I'm Navka Farida and Vincent Wamundu.
Youths in Uganda have received encouragement to actively participate in startup businesses as a means to enhance their livelihoods. This message was conveyed during a workshop on the Uganda startup ecosystem held in Kampala, which introduced the Youth Startup Academy Uganda. This project aims to bolster the Ugandan startup ecosystem by sharing valuable insights about recommendations drawn from careers experiences.
The Youth Startup Academy Uganda has a specific focus on the youth who grapple with high unemployment rates and constitute a substantial portion of the country's population. This project is regarded as a timely initiative to address the pressing issue of youth unemployment.
Young, talented people into the entrepreneur. Some of them become so-called unicorns in Korea. So in Uganda, I actually review and analyze the situation.
Joshua Mutambi, the Commissioner of the Ministry of Trade, underscored the project's significance in addressing youth unemployment.
Cooperative development, where we support the youth to form associations, cooperatives, and other groups, and we facilitate them with business development services. We support them in the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives. We have a number of policies. We have Buy Uganda, Build Uganda policy, which makes sure that the youth products can access markets.
Additionally, Boniface Okot, a member of parliament representing the youth in northern Uganda, emphasized that a robust start-up ecosystem necessitates investments from the government and other stakeholders.
Youthfulness of a country is characterized by innovativeness.
Innovativeness needs a legislative framework. Innovativeness needs incentives for it to thrive and be able to build opportunities that can enable us as a country address the greatest generational challenge, which is unemployment of our young people and the poverty of our people.
Furthermore, investments in digital infrastructure such as applications, security systems, and reliable software are deemed essential in combating youth unemployment.
And our is a project. They still have to look at the technology elements in their businesses. You will agree with me that given the recent COVID pandemic, people realize that, by the way, you need IT everywhere.
Justin Nakami, UBC News.
Did you know that you can safely and conveniently make your school fees payments anytime, any school, anywhere using Airtel Money? Oh yes! Simply pick up your phone and dial *185#. Select option 6, school fees. Choose between School Pay, Peg Pay, or Shore Pay. Enter student number. Enter amount, confirm name and transaction. Enter Airtel Money PIN. A confirmation message will be sent to you upon a successful transaction. Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
Do you need data collection services, data analysis and reporting, monitoring and evaluation systems? Then contact Mold Technologies, a professional research firm that has provided many organizations with timely research solutions for over 15 years. For more information, visit www.mt.co.ug or call us on 0704 913 399 or 0782 602 963. Visit our office in Kampala at Sayuni Complex in Tinda. Mood Technologies, your professional research firm.
Are you tired of high fees and slow transfer time when sending money? Airtel Money is here to revolutionize the way you move your money. We have revised our rates back to ground. Sending money from Airtel to other networks in Uganda, East Africa, and to the rest of the world has never been more affordable. Dial *185# and start sending money. Switch to Airtel Money today and experience unbeatable rates and top-notch services for all your local and international money transfer needs. Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
Welcome back. And now into business. Uganda's agricultural sector has been applauded for the potential manifested in upholding the country's economy through its great contribution towards trade. This is because Uganda is among economies that have managed to survive and thrive in Africa, regardless of the challenges posed by the COVID-19 and other global shocks such as Ukraine-Russia war. The observation is by the Common Market for East and Southern Africa, banked on exhibitions by various sector players in the ongoing UA 29th Trade Fair in Lugogo, Kampala. Now, according to COMESA officials, the focus now is to enhance digitalization of business among the member states for better results. We have more.
International Trade Fair, we bring the niche in digital trade, particularly digital finance, that is advanced by our specialized agency, the COMESA Business Council. Of course, this is in line with the digital economy in the region, as well as the digital transformation embraced by the Secretariat. So we are talking of digital finance among the micro, medium and small enterprises across the region. And this is a special niche that we bring to this particular fair, which is in line with the theme of the 29th Uganda International Trade Fair.
From the agriculture sector as Uganda, I think we are on the right path. And I was reading statistics have indicated that the agriculture sector is fairly doing well, given that there's a promotion of mechanization and irrigation. So from what I've seen around in terms of agriculture products, and I think Uganda is on the right path. As COMESA, we are there to promote regional integration through the promotion of global trade as well as investments. the COMESA, the 21 COMESA countries that he earlier spoke about, among them Uganda, we have Egypt, we have Zambia, we have Malawi, they have not been exempt from the current global shocks that are being experienced, and that is in addition to the COVID-19 pandemic. So as COMESA, we're very keen to ensure that we help them in transforming as well as to propel their economies when it comes to trade and investment.
And with that, UBC News Tonight comes to an end. Up next is U Health Chat with Sophia Matovu. From I and the team working tirelessly behind the scenes, we'll see you at 10.
UBC